Hi. In a world of sameness, in a world of the same, the one thing that is different from others gets remembered. The one thing that blends in gets buried. Which one are you right now? In your market, in your relationship, in your personal life, in your family. My name is Kali Cussons, Africa's premium high performance intelligence and strategic execution expert. Now, what I defined is called von Restorff effect. It's also called isolation effect. This is bias 22 in our 225 plus bias series. So, what's von Restorff effect? The von Restorff effect, also called the isolation effect, is the brain's tendency to remember an item that distinctly stands out from its surroundings far better than items that blend in with everything else around it. It's named after the psychiatrist Hedwig von Restorff, who identified this bias in 1933. This bias reveals a fundamental truth about human perception. The brain is not designed to remember everything. It is designed to remember what is different. Sameness is invisible to memory. Decision is unforgettable. So whatever breaks the pattern, whether it's a color, size, sound, whether it's emotion, structure, or presentation, whatever breaks the pattern gets flagged, gets stored, gets recorded by the brain with extraordinary accuracy. Everything that looks, sounds, and feels like everything else gets filed under the file heading and category forgotten. So, is this applicable in business and relationship? My answer is yes. In business, walk into any supermarket and look at the shelf of 20 competing products. Your eyes will land almost involuntarily on the one product with the unusual packaging, the bold contrasting color, or the unexpected shape. Not because you went looking for it, but because your brain filtered everything else out as same and flagged the distinctive one automatically. Have you heard the word branding? Now, this is not accident. The brands that understand von Restorff spend millions engineering distinctiveness into every customer touchpoint because they know that in a crowded market, being remembered is the first battle, being chosen is the second. Now, think about your own business. You are one of the many consultants, coaches, service providers, or product sellers in your space. If your brand looks like every other brand, your proposal reads like every other proposal, your social media content sounds like every other content, your pitch follows the same structure as every other page, your brain and your prospect's brain will do exactly what it is designed to do with sameness. It will file it under forget it. The entrepreneur who sent, a handwritten notes in a word of emails gets remembered. The speaker who opens with a dramatic pause in a word of rushed introductions gets remembered. The proposal that arrives in a premium branded folder in a word of emailed PDFs gets remembered. It is not always about being better in what you do. Sometimes it is simply about being different enough to be seen, to be remembered, to be recalled. Same in relationships. Yeah? Think about every person you have met at a networking event, a wedding, a social gathering, or a professional conference in the last 1 year. How many do you genuinely remember? Just a handful at most. Now, think about why you remember the ones you do. Almost certainly, they say something unexpected There was something different. They asked a question nobody else asked. They were dressed distinctly. They had an unusual story. They made you feel something different from the standard small talk that surrounded the entire evening. It may be positive, it may be negative. They triggered your von Restorff effect. So, in personal relationships too, the person who stand out, the people who stand out in our memories and in our hearts are rarely the ones who did the ordinary things. They are the ones who showed up differently, who remembered the detail nobody else remembered about us, who gave the gift nobody else would have thought about, who said the thing that broke through the noise of routine. So distinction is not only used in marketing or as a marketing tool, it's also used in the language of love, in loyalty, in lasting connections. So what are the fixes? We always give three. These three moves, immediately applicable, can help you with your von Restorff effect bias. Number one, audit your distinctiveness deliberately. Look at your brand, look at your content, look at your proposal, look at your client experience and your personal presence, and ask honestly, if you remove my name from this, would anyone know it was mine? Does anything here break the pattern of my industry? If the answer is no, you are invisible by design. Identify one element at every major touch point where you can deliberately introduce a pattern interrupt, one unexpected color, one unusual opening line, one memorable signal experience. Start there. That is genuinely yours. Number two, engineer your von Restorff moment in every pitch and every presentation. So, every preach, proposal, presentation, they need one deliberate isolation moment. One thing that is so different from everything else in the room that the brain cannot help but flag and stop. It could be a powerful, unexpected statistics, a visual that no one saw coming, a story that breaks the emotional pattern of the room, a question that stops everyone mid-thought, everyone midway. You are thinking mid-thought, it stops you. The question pops up. Plan it, place it strategically, make it impossible to forget. Now, the third thing is that in relationships, the third fix, choose distinction over routine. The relationship that stay alive romantically, professionally, socially, are fed by moments of unexpected distinction. Surprise your partner with something they did not see coming. Reach out to a client or colleague in a way they have never been reached out to before. Be the person in someone's life who consistently breaks the pattern of ordinary, and you will never struggle to be remembered, valued, or chosen. Okay? Now, here is one truth that should permanently reshape how you show up in your market, in your relationships, in your business, in social gatherings, and everywhere. Remember, you are not competing for the best product award. You are competing for a slot in someone's memory. And memory does not reward the best, it rewards the most distinct. Look around social media, and you can see example everywhere. So in a world of 1,000 voices, saying similar things, the one voice that sounds genuinely different does not just get heard. It may not be immediately. It gets remembered, it gets shared, it gets chosen, it gets paid. Hedwig von Restorff identified this truth in 1933. The market has been proving it every single day, proving him right that he was right. Stop trying to be the best version of what everyone else already is. Start being the only version of what only you can be. That is your brand. That is your distinctive mark, distinctive personality. That is your age. And that, my friend, is where your income lies. Now, bias 22 completed. In a world of sameness, Be the one thing that the brain cannot ignore. Now, share this with every entrepreneur and creative professional who is tired of being overlooked. I want to ask you the question I usually ask you. When was the last time you fed the mind that makes this money? I want you to click the link below and join my master classes. You're so glad you did. See you tomorrow.